I was gonna say there. You're fine. Like there's streamed force. Okay, so stream. Wait, what? Is it not? Oh, come on. Stream health, thank you. Good. Good, good. We all set?
Alright. There, I'm here. Good. Yay! You should probably tell people we're streaming over here.
Oh yeah, I plan on it as soon as I figure out. There we go. Why is this being okay. So let's go ahead and do that and stream announcements. There we go. And so, PragerU. So, let me go to, I'm going to go back to my primary account because I don't have ads on my primary account. Hello, Victor. It's been a while since we did the last one, and I live stream games on my other channel. Were you there for the? We got a screaming roommate in the background. He's fine. He's just playing a scary game. Don't mind the scream. Okay. So, Prager... Oh, no. So, they got... Is heart...
I'm definitely requesting the Make Men Masculine again. I haven't seen it yet. But I have just a grand feeling about that one. I feel drawn to it, you might say.
Oh, jeez. But yeah, so how you doing, Victor? Apologies for those.
I really like our PowerPoint background we got going on right now.
Hey, I totally picked it simply because of the color scheme.
Oh, I know, I was there. Just like now that I'm looking at it on this, it definitely looks like on my PowerPoint presentations.
Oh, and looks like the admin on the Facebook page found the Twitter.
Yay! Oh no, I should like post the link on Twitter.
Yep, it's funny because there's definitely a disparity with how active the Facebook and the Twitter is.
Yeah, because I run the Twitter, and then you have Facebook. I like to be okay, people. But I'm just like,
Okay.
I'm gonna like this post that this person made. You know, I'll post this thing over here.
Oh! Ah, you are Victor. Got it. Hello. This is the admin on the Facebook. Yeah, Scatr. Victor is the admin that you wanted to meet. But okay, so which
You didn't explain what. I didn't hear what you said.
Victor is that admin that you wanted to meet?
Ah!
I sent her a screenshot of one of your replies to that very weird, cringy asshole. But regardless, so I think, yeah, yeah. So you said yes. Talking about Jose. Why you should be a nationalist. What the fuck happened to you, Mobby? I think maybe he just died. Hey, Scatr, you still there? Hello?
Can you hear me now?
There you are.
Okay. I don't know what happened
But okay, so
earlier. I didn't realize you couldn't hear me. I just
okay.
you were responding. I thought you were just ignoring me.
Poor. Oh yeah, I think Mobby might have just died. Oh my. Just okay. So shoot me a link for the one that you wanted, because you're requesting the make men masculine again. I pat.
Yeah, I saw you pass it. Go back up.
Oh god. There are so much stupid here. Oh god.
Keep going there it is. It's right there.
You are on a delay. Oh, there we go. So, well, here we go with the cringe. Let's see what this pool has to say. And one second, I'm gonna double check the audio balance on my phone. Okay, testing. Okay, good enough. Now, you ready?
Rape, murder, war. They all have one thing in common. Men. Aggression.
Seriously? They're starting real strong in this one, aren't they? Okay then. I got 7 seconds in before I posted. Okay.
Violence, ambition, unchecked by conscience. All the stuff of toxic masculinity, right? And the solution is obvious. Make men less
I
toxic.
didn't even hear it.
You couldn't even hear it?
No. I really hear it. I have the video stream all the way.
Oh shit. One second. Oh god, is it?
How did you do?
There we go. Apologies. It should be better now. I'll restart the video. I am not an expert streamer. I just kind of push the button, it goes, and I push the button, it stops. Okay.
I can still hear Bobby. Good lord. Hold on a sec.
Okay. I'll wait until you're ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna still watch it. The stream on my phone better with the computer, but my speaker's actually better on here, and so I'm gonna. It just helps with the delay and everything because I'm so confused.
Okay.
Okay, 1 second.
Make men masculine again. Jeez.
Be bullish around her.
What?
Be bullish around her.
But, okay, so now that the audio is not stupid, allow me to hit play again.
Okay.
You'll understand why I paused it in the first, 7 seconds.
Rape, murder, war. They all have one thing in common. Men. Aggression, violence, ambition unchecked by conscience. All the stuff of toxic masculinity, right? And the solution is obvious. Make men less toxic.
Yeah. Prager University, everybody.
Oh my gosh. Yes, that is exactly how the rest of the world thinks, left included.
Oh. Rape, murder, war.
I think men are evil.
I'm sorry,
what am I saying?
women can rape too. And men rape victims get so much less care.
They really do. It's pretty awful. They don't get believed as often. A lot of people will be like, rape a man in the first place.
Fair enough, Vic. And you're welcome to chat in the YouTube chat instead of on Facebook.
Oh yeah, please do. I want to see. I want to respond.
and that fucking that smug grin or whatever the hell she had when she said that.
Wait. The male toxicity thing, I feel like they think the left, you could pretty much condense all their political beliefs into, whatever you find on Tumblr.
Ugh.
I'm saying, it's like saying that all Christians or all people on the right are like Westboro Baptists.
Which is 100% not true.
Thank goodness.
But, okay, so let's see if we can make it another 20 seconds. Tumblr is already offended.
Tumblr is always offended. They exist in perpetual offense.
Very true.
Make men less masculine. Make men more like women. But I'm here to tell you that way of thinking is not only wrong, it's dangerous. Here's why. When you try to make men more like women, you don't get less toxic masculinity. You get more. Why? Because bad men don't become good when they stop being men.
So are you saying that if everyone acted like women, you'd get more toxic... Wait, what?
First of all, I think
my brain.
Still going with the narrative that, like, inherently always going to be more aggressive, and they're the reason there's war and rape and everything else. Which, frankly, I'm offended on the behalf of men. Just, I guess, not inherently aggressive, which is kind of ridiculous. I understand there's a tendency for men to be more aggressive, but...
Like, evolutionary speaking, the more aggressive men have always survived, so there can be an argument made that aggression is more in the gene.
Yeah, but... Like, no one's saying that men should be more like women. Except for maybe Tumblr. And even then, that's, like...
Just...
not even... But...
Wait, didn't South Park do an episode in this? Metrosexuality, or whatever the hell they called it?
I don't know. I honestly don't. I have not watched South Park. I've watched a few episodes recently, and
it's crap.
Very recently that I've been exposed to South Park. But...
Like, this was a long time ago.
Yeah. No, I feel like more often though, the argument is like, we just... Yeah, I think that they try to get across with toxic masculinity is the idea that men have to be aggressive and have to be manly men and have to be the ones in charge, and they have to fit the role of, you know, the provider, that they're not allowed to express emotion like sadness or anything like that, that they have to be more stoic.
Oh, you mean like that Jose motherfucker? Vic, what was some of the comments that Jose was saying? He doesn't feel feelings. And when elaborating, he doesn't feel the... It's like, he was like... Like, imagine a man who was trying to overcompensate and, like, oversell himself, and you got this person.
Gotcha. And yeah, I think Victor summarized best what I was thinking. You know,
yes.
It would be better if instead of thinking binary, being only men or women, we could just be good people. I completely agree. It doesn't really matter ultimately what your gender is.
Yeah,
just decent to everybody.
He fucking needs a doctor. But it's like, I was like I've touched on it before, is like I was raised in two households. One was Catholic, one was Baptist. Thankfully, the Baptist household raised me to be a good person for the sake of being a good person. I was a dense little bastard and did not even realize that they were religious, much less Baptist, until I was almost 18. And then it turned, like, there was no crosses, we did no prayer, we did no grace, we did no... It's like they raised me just to be good for the sake of good. I was still a little shit, but kids are kids.
You still are a bit of a little shit, I'm just saying.
I plead the fifth. Okay.
Alright, let's get through this.
Oh, God. It's like, this woman she just irritates me. Okay.
They become good when they stop being bad. Aggression, violence, and unbridled ambition can't be eliminated from the male psyche. They can only be harnessed. And when they are harnessed, they are tools for good, not for harm. The same masculine traits that bring destruction also defeat tyranny. The traits that foster greed also build economies. The traits that drive men to take foolish risks also drive men to take heroic risks. The answer to toxic masculinity isn't less masculinity. It's better masculinity.
Why does this sound like suspiciously similar to that new Gillette ad?
No, you know what this sounds like? Like, if you've watched the newer Lorax movie, the really crappy one, this sounds like a video essay version of the "How Bad Can I Be" song that the one slur sing.
It
like, again, something that men are just inherently more violent and greedy, but it's okay because they use their greediness and violence for good.
And I think this woman has gender roles in her mind.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's speaking in all these stereotypically men roles. And yeah,
Sure.
And that is another thing, is like, he doesn't care if God, or said, God doesn't care if you're good as long as you repent. And that is why I hate some of those damn church signs. One of the signs I hate the most is by grace are ye saved, not by works.
I mean, yeah, he's technically true. The Bible doesn't say if you're a good person that you'll go to heaven. It says that if you believe in Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, then you are saved.
Yeah, it's like,
so technically speaking, he's kind of right by that. By their belief system, you don't have to be a good person as long as you repent at the last moment.
Yeah, it's like you could set up a virus that kills 5 billion people, and as long as on your deathbed, it's like, I'm sorry, Jesus.
It's okay. And as far as, do women not fight in wars or save people? I don't know, maybe some of those women do, but really they shouldn't be. They should be in the home, you know, making dinner for the hubby and the kids, making sure everything's nice and clean.
Sorry, I did a genocide. I mean, to be fair, God would enjoy a genocide, considering he's caused a few himself. Cough, flood.
I mean, he predicted apocalypse all the times. He told people, yeah, go destroy this town, kill off all the men, women, and children, except for the virgins. The virgin women, take them. Sense of the word.
And it's like, oh, it's like, I don't have a problem with your book as long as you can acknowledge, hey, this was bad. But they don't acknowledge it. They apologize for it.
Well, no, because you can't admit that it's bad if you believe that it's a loving God. That's a contradiction.
Yes.
So it's either you defend it or you stop believing in it at some point.
It's like they already stopped believing. They stopped acknowledging what, like upwards of 85%? Because it's like anytime you see somebody quoting the Bible, it's always this exact chapter and verse. I still find it hilarious whenever people yell at me for cherry picking. Like,
I personally am of the belief that there isn't a Christian alive who doesn't cherry pick. Seen a Christian who believes that not wearing mixed fabrics, not eating shellfish, most of them monogamy. I think that having multiple wives and concubines is wrong, even though there's no condemnation of that in the Bible.
no.
There's cherry picking in every religion, it seems to me.
They like to eat that, or they like to eat that shrimp while hating us gays. Pretty much. When they were both condemned in the same exact book, Leviticus.
In the same verse, like at least consecutive verses.
But okay. And also, it's like, do women not fight in wars or save people? I don't know, Scatr. Aren't you a nurse? You save people.
need to be getting back in the home. I need to learn how to cook, and I need to start popping out babies, apparently.
50 shekels of silver. What's that translate to today?
but you can't buy me, though. I'm priceless.
Oh, very true, Victor. You're a soldier.
Appreciate your service. Excuse me? I just took a bite of popcorn.
You got popcorn? But yeah, Victor here is a soldier. So, here we go.
And we know what that looks like. It's a young man opening the door for a girl on their first date. It's a father working long hours to provide for his family. It's a soldier risking his life to defend his country. The growing problem in today's society isn't that men are too masculine. It's that they're not masculine enough. When men embrace their masculinity in a way that is healthy and productive, they are leaders, warriors, and heroes.
Okay, so I got one tweak on that. If it's done right, men wouldn't have to work as long hours to provide for the family. If the wife is also working in a good schedule to where it just
or furthermore, it could be that the woman works and makes more money, cough, and
like, I got no problem. You do make more than I do.
And then of course, as you've already said, Victor, you are a woman who is a soldier.
21/7 is what the, is that really, or is that per shekel? That can't be the full price.
That's hilarious.
There is no way that.
So basically, I mean, you didn't rate me, but I would still be considered damaged goods because
we're not married.
We know each other. So you could basically buy me
for $20
for a third of the price of a video game.
$20 with tax in Michigan. Because a 1999 game is $21.19 with tax.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow. That is. Okay, I was thinking it was going to be more than that, but holy shit. But no, it's like, with what they're talking about, yes, we need more people to apply what they have better. But by simultaneously shutting down the other entire gender and only making this about men is, like, women are obviously warfighters. Women can lead this. Women can save lives. But
I just think it's about framing as far as this goes. It's like, look at how he is staying up and working long hours and how he is fighting the war. Like, never mind that there are plenty of women who do that, some of whom are single moms, and
it's like, in all fucking power to them. Single moms are badass.
Oh yeah, it's impressive. There are some single fathers who do a fantastic job. There are stay-at-home dads who do a damn good job. It's just...
It's like, I know...
It's not something that needs to be looked at or assigned by gender. It makes much more sense to do it by ability, because some people just do better in certain roles depending upon their skills and experience. And temperament.
Yep. And it's like, growing up in a divided household is like, my father's side of it was far more stable. like, sure, we lived with a couple of different people until my dad found his second wife. But other than that, it was always a stable house. It's like my dad made some choices that were their first and foremost benefit was to me. Like, we lived with this one lady, Teresa. We lived with her for 3-4 years because it was a stable, safe house for me. But it's like he was by far the better parent. These gender roles are bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But here we go.
When they deny their masculinity, they run away from responsibilities, leaving destruction and despair in their wake. The consequences can be seen everywhere. 1 in 4 fathers now lives apart from his children. And children who grew up without a dad are generally more depressed than their peers who have a mother and a father. They are at far greater risk for incarceration, teen pregnancy, and poverty.
Okay, so more depressed. What would make you more depressed? Growing up without a father, or being in a household where the family is only held together by religion? I will.
Or with a deadbeat dad or being with a deadbeat dad who doesn't actually care about his family, and is just there out of any form of obligation.
Like, I will specifically cite back to Telltale. It's like his father was very abusive, and his mother stayed with him simply because the religion told her to stay with him. And this really does not take into account poverty also. Very much not.
And also the idea that the reason these people do this is because they're not masculine.
They actually put a link down here. http fathers.com, statistics, research, and the consequences of fatherlessness. Seriously?
But the problem with something like that is a lot of those sources that they cite and stuff like this isn't accounting for framing it as it's because there isn't a father in that home. These situations, it's not so much that as there's problems with stability in the home in general. There's just because there's only one parent who's struggling to make it work with very little support. Issues where, it can be swapped around where it's a single father who has those same problems. And then you have families where it's 2 parents. Maybe it's 2 moms or 2 dads. And then they have more stability and do better. And a lot of time, it doesn't take those other factors into account.
No, they never will.
It's more of an issue of a lack of stability and support.
And the teen pregnancy thing, that can easily be minimized if churches stop fucking demonizing birth control.
Specifically the Catholic Church. They're the ones I've seen the biggest beef with it. Unless you're using natural family planning, because any other form of birth control, it's considered you trying to circumvent God's will so that you can have sex without having to bear the responsibility of children. Unless you're using natural family planning, then it's totally okay. Even though it's still the same reasoning behind it. It makes no sense.
That's... Yes and no. That's more of a societal... much more of a societal thing, I do feel. Because it's always been a fear of the other. And
Victor.
It's always been a fear of the other, basically. So it falls down to... We're still... Like, the Civil Rights Act was just passed, like... Was it 60 years ago? 69. No, 50 years ago. And we're trying to basically unlearn centuries upon centuries upon centuries of just like built-in ingrained hatred toward the other. It's like,
and really,
it's like Irish and Scottish have had issues with the English for over 1,000 fucking years, and they're all the same color. Quotation marks there. Sorry.
There's not any sign that you see othering with a lot of things, and one of the things that is most prominent, I think, in our country is the othering you see Christianity towards every other religion, specifically Islam.
Yeah, very much in that one.
And then against atheists and agnostic people.
It's like
talking to my coworkers and kind of made the discovery that a lot of them did not even know what agnostic was. Which was funny because once one of my other coworkers explained what it was, they're like, "Oh, well, I guess that's what I am." Because I don't know if there isn't a God, but I'm not sure that I really believe it or follow any religion specifically.
God forbid you're pagan.
For fucking sure.
Welcome to the stream tonight, Eliza. Feel free to chime in and join the conversation. Her audio's coming in and out. Discord is kind of finicky lately, especially the last month.
Discord has been an asshole for whatever fucking reason.
One of these days we'll figure out a better or more reliable, especially for when we do these streams. But no, it's and a lot of the people that I've been refuting, it's Obama was a Muslim. It's okay, so let's presume you're right. Let's presume he was a Muslim this whole time, or he comes out as Muslim tomorrow. What does that change? We were a country built upon secular values to where no one group can dominate the other. If you build a foundation of, hey, we got the majority, we're going to shove Bible law on all of you. Well, one of these days, if you get a Hindu majority or a Muslim majority, they can do the same thing to you. You are setting the precedent for them. They don't see what is wrong with their actions.
Because in their mind, their way is the right way, and if the majority is, confirms this, which it does, because Christianity is the majority in America. These other people who aren't necessarily doing anything wrong, but doing something that disagrees with what they believe and they think is wrong, then the majority thinks it's wrong, and therefore it's wrong.
Yeah, it's
not actually giving any... It's not listening to other people's ideas. Take that into consideration. It's why we had such a backlash when it came to... It's because you have such a huge population that still think homosexuality is wrong. And so... as well, that may be what I believe, but it's not what they believe. So because we live in a country where we have freedom of religion, I should, at least for political reasons, allow them the opportunity to marry if they so choose. It's wrong in their eyes, and so it should be outlawed because it's wrong.
Yep. And I know my stance on this one. I'm sorry. You belong to your church. If your church wants to have a voice in political matters, pay your fucking taxes.
Yep.
You get the tax income from every church in the country, that will pay for a lot of shit. I don't know the exact numbers. I want to say I saw somebody share an estimated income of like 70 billion a year. I can't back this up. But no, you want to have a say in what's going on in the government, pay your fucking taxes.
Do not go around complaining about how, basically don't go around with your Christian persecution complex when your churches don't have to pay taxes. You can't even, if you try to have any sort of stance in a political office, you're at a disadvantage at the very least if you're not Christian, and you're definitely never, ever, ever, ever gonna make it into the presidency at this rate. Be anything other than Christian, you immediately just plummet. You have no political standing whatsoever after that point. Examples with huge impact that go completely against the whole Christian persecution complex narrative. Their biggest complaint is that, we're trying to take the Christ out of Christmas by saying happy holidays to people. So, because other people celebrate holidays around Christmas time, to say something that includes all of those people in case the person you're talking to doesn't happen to celebrate Christmas, you're persecuting them.
Yeah. And
we're getting way off topic, I'm sorry.
83.5 billion, and I just looked up how much money does the Catholic Church have? Last year, The Economist calculated that the Catholic Church in America alone had a 170 billion annual operating budget. Happy Saturnalia. Absolutely. I confuse so many people during the holidays when I say happy Yuletide is what I say. It's like everything about that. Like, keep Christ and Christmas. Literally, that is the only thing. The name and the nativity scene. That is literally the only thing that your religion has offered to this holiday. But, okay.
My bad, I got us off topic.
You're fine. I did too.
71% of high school dropouts are fatherless.
I haven't seen Josh in forever. I think he'll enjoy this stuff.
Oh yeah, Josh would love to join this. Joyful. It's literally only Christmas. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, and I love the Xmas thing. I think it's one of the photos I have on the Facebook page.
Josh is on his way. I'm so happy. Fuck yeah.
Josh is awesome. I may have a pretty small community, but the community that I've built is fucking amazing.
Hi, Josh. PragerU.
I don't think he realized it was Prager today. It's totally my fault for Prager too.
Got so off topic, they've made us angry so many times already. I don't think we've even made it halfway through the video.
We're at 210 out of 508.
Oh, hey. We did better than I thought.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Sure.
So, and they were also saying 71%
of high school dropouts are fatherless. Of all the rocks upon which we build our lives, family is the most important. And we are called to recognize and honor how critical every father is to that foundation. That was said by then Senator Barack Obama in 2008.
Yes, in which I do agree with him on that. Backing
to
up.
That foundation.
It's like, that is in honor how critical every father is. He is giving more. Like, I do completely agree with that. simply because he's trying to give more recognition to what fathers do, considering society likes to give more credit to mothers.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that was trying to even the status quo there. I do completely agree with that. And I'm the one who's supposed to be ADD, guys. Hey, this is why live streams are amazing. Is you can just go blah all the way, all like just everywhere on like little rants.
Our tangents have tangents. It's really bad.
Pretty much. God, remember that our first time we did a cringe stream? What was it, like 20-minute video that took us 2.5 hours to go through?
Speaking of which, we should probably continue this video.
Yes. Also, jeez. Gay households are the same as any. Very true. Our tangent. you have been quoted.
Yay!
Okay. Here we go.
That was said by then Senator Barack Obama in 2008. If we are honest with ourselves, he went on, we'll admit that too many fathers are missing from too many lives and too many homes. As much as we try to deny the need for real masculine strength in society, there's no denying its necessity. Healthy families and strong communities depend on the leadership and bravery of good men. Yet, the current trend is to feminize young men in the hopes of achieving some utopian notion of equality and peace. And it starts at the earliest ages. In the school classroom, boys are invariably the problem. On the playground, aggressive games like dodgeball have long been banished. We tell young men that their intrinsic desire to compete is wrong. Everybody gets a trophy. Don't run up the score.
Okay, so dodgeball was fucking fun.
Was, but I don't think getting rid of dodgeball was an attempt to feminize boys. I think it was just a way to avoid fucking injury. As someone who has been injured in dodgeball before by too many people aiming the ball straight for the bridge of my nose where my glasses sat.
Yeah. It's like
bleed.
Dodgeball was fucking fun, and yeah, it was most likely taken away due to people being little pricks. And everybody gets a trophy. I'm sorry, it was your generation and the one before you that started that shit. Do not claim that. Yes, I grew up in the generation that everybody got a trophy for participation. I didn't make that rule. You gave me that trophy. You gave me that medal. Besides, some of the ones I got, I fucking earned.
And no one's trying to get rid of competition. You know, they may have participation ribbons to say, you know, we're glad all of you did a thing, but they still got a first place ribbon at the end of the day. Or a little trophy or medal or whatever else. Second of all,
I love field day.
It attests to the fact that women can also be very competitive. As Michael has noticed in every game of Soul Calibur we've played together. Just saying.
You little shit. That's a bull. Come on, Josh. They're only going to cite the sources that they want to back up. The rest of it's just claims. And they broke my... Oh, jeez. I'll kick all the butts. And don't run up the score. I believe a lot of sports have the mercy scores. I want to say that's what they called. Like, if one side gets so many points ahead, the game is called early in that team's victory.
Right, because at that point, there is no competition anymore, and the kids are just, done.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you see it. I wasn't super into sports myself, because I sucked with anything revolving hand-eye coordination, but watching my brothers play basketball and baseball, you would see this after a while whenever one side has just gained up too many points. The other side is just like, why am I even playing anymore? Just make this stop. I'm done.
Yeah.
We're not coming back from this.
it's our fault because millennials, avocado, toast.
You know what? I like avocados. They're delicious. Add a little salt, yum yum, full of potassium.
Smartphones. Again, they're the ones who invented the smartphones.
Selfies. Don't forget selfies.
But no, it's like all this stuff that they're using to try to demonize the younger generations is shit that the older generation started. And like, and what I fucking love the people that socialism's bad, except from all the socialism you already benefit from. Teachers, a lot of healthcare, like up to 12th grade of school, road crews, military, police, firefighters. It's like basically everything that is benefited and paid for by taxes is pretty much the definition I want to say is basically the definition of socialist. And it's much more telling when these people put a hard stop on, I don't want federalized healthcare, I don't want this, or education has become almost unobtainable. Because, like, my friend Amanda, she graduated college, she went 8 years, and even with scholarships, her monthly payment to pay off her tuition is more than I pay every month for my house.
Josh.
And, yeah.
Socialism if they like it, Josh.
But no, it's like, but Venezuela. I'm sorry, I look at Venezuela, I see a dictatorship. That's not what we're trying to emulate. What we're trying to emulate is what's working in Canada, France, England, Ireland, Denmark, Norway, Iceland, Italy, Spain, Portugal.
Man, we are getting off topic. I can't even make it to 30 seconds at a time. We suck at this, alright.
Yes, we do. Let's see if we can make it to 4 minutes before something makes me mad. You know what? It's basically just the Prager effect. Prager sucks.
Prager. I'm gonna start monitoring your blood pressure. Jesus Christ.
Okay. Nah.
This anti-male tilt continues on through higher education and into the workplace. It has created millions of tentative men, unhappy women, and confused boys and girls. Here's a secret that every woman knows. Women want real men. Men they can count on and, yes, look up to. No amount of feminist theory will change that. I don't know any woman
Some women want women
who is attracted to a passive man who looks to her to be his provider, protector, and leader.
What?
Joke's on you, Bish.
One of these days, Sarah and I, we live together. You are most definitely going to be the provider because you will be earning the lion's share of the income. My parents, my dad's second wife, she's my mom. She has been, she was the only earner for over 10 years. My dad just got another job. Like he had to leave the job he had because of a surgery. It sounds like incel talk.
It does, actually. It really does.
How many women has she met? Obviously not enough.
She did meet a few more she'd like. Oh.
But, okay. Here we go.
Every woman I know wants a strong, responsible man. That's not a consequence of a social construct or cultural pressure. It's innate. The devaluation of masculinity won't end well because feminine, passive men don't stop evil. Passive men don't defend, protect, or provide. Passive men don't lead. Passive men don't do the things we have always needed men to do for society to thrive. In his book, The Abolition of Man, English social philosopher C.S. Lewis writes about this problem. He describes the tension between cerebral man and visceral man.
C.S. Lewis. Isn't that the author of The Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe?
Yes.
And I'm supposed to take his words for it when he definitively made a entire book that dictates gender roles. It like follows the tropes of gender roles.
Listen, I'm a big fan of the Chronicles of Narnia. I really am. Letters were interesting. I think he was a fantastic fiction writer. That doesn't mean I agree with his political views.
Oh, hell no.
He was very religious, and the Screwtape Letters are actually kind of really both of those. The Chronicles of Narnia and the Screwtape Letters were both examples of how Christian he was. Well, I mean, you read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. It all is an allegory for the resurrection of Christ.
Yeah.
And I think that's how it should be. You can appreciate their good stories, but that doesn't mean it. But them putting up a quote from C.S. Lewis it's not actual evidence. It's just someone else's opinion.
Agreed. And
to quote someone to make it seem like their point is more valid, just a quote of someone's opinion, really do anything to support their argument.
Yep. And they're also omitting the fact that he's the author in this by saying English social philosopher. Philosophers are all well and good. But apparently he went to Fantasyland and never came back. God damn it. And yes, passive men are valid. Why so many quotes?
That's true. I mean, I feel like I think that there is just about someone for everyone. And I think it's pretty much just finding about someone who suits you. Maybe the women that she talks to in her little echo chamber all want this one stereotype manly man, but not everyone does. And for some people, that really wouldn't work in their relationship. For instance, someone who, for instance, if you have another heterosexual couple, and the man is the stereotypically macho, manly man he feels he's supposed to be the provider and the woman's supposed to stay at home, it's not going to work for a woman who wants to have a career of her own, who doesn't really want to stay at home, who doesn't want to have kids. And all those things are fine in and of themselves. They can both want those things for each other, or for themselves, I should say. They shouldn't have to be that way. They should each have their options. For some people, the stereotypical roles work really well, and it creates a good, cohesive family dynamic, and for some people it doesn't. And if you try and force that dynamic on people, it's just going to cause friction. It's not going to be cohesive at that point.
And I'm sorry, but I just noticed how Eliza said, you mean caveman society? That is actually kind of apt. But no, I am not exactly a very passive man, but I will be extremely passive if I was dating somebody like Ronda Rousey.
Awesome. I love her. Her coming over to the WWE is one of the best things, in my opinion. It makes me so happy. She's fantastic. And her husband are super cute together.
And you love your passive guy, doesn't try to fight others over dumps. Like, I know I personally don't like... I enjoy making people feel stupid. I enjoy fighting people with my head.
Mm-hmm. You enjoy poking people on Facebook.
Hey, we're getting a lot of enjoyment, and I met Victor over it.
That's true. That's fair. Good things have come from it. Okay. So we were quoting C.S. Lewis.
Okay, here we go.
By his intellect, Lewis explains, man is mere spirit, and by his appetite, mere animal. We need both. Take away one, and you're left with a man who's either weak or wicked. And in a world of wickedness, weak men are nothing more than enablers of wicked men. Rape, murder, war. They all have two things in common. Bad men who do the raping, murdering, and warring, and weak men who won't stop them. We need good men who will. It's not masculinity that's toxic. It's the lack of it. I'm Allie Stuckey for Prager University. Thank you.
We did it. We made it. Okay. That was a lot of claims. That was a lot of claims.
There's... Yes. All it takes... I think it was Winston Churchill who said the only thing it takes... Like, all it takes for evil to succeed is for good men to do nothing. It's like, just because you're more passive or you're less outgoing doesn't mean you're going to sit there and let this happen.
Sure.
It's like...
I think it's funny, though. It's, like, the way it's written. It's either good men make things better, or you have bad men who cause all the bad things. And I guess women are just kind of there. They don't really do anything.
Yeah. And...
Part of the Never mind all the... We already talked about all the awful stuff that women do, and all the good stuff that women can do, but it doesn't really matter, I guess. That's what I'm getting from the way this is all being framed.
Everyone knows women are imaginary. And there is no remedy for love but to love more. Henry David Thoreau? Josh? Phrasing?
Phrasing. I was already laughing. I was just trying to think, like, how can I say this? I, like, wanted to make a joke, but I couldn't get over, like, laughing in the first place to make the joke. I'm okay with that.
God damn it.
I do also kind of like the implication of the phrasing, which would mean that, you know, I'm on top, so... That's fine.
God damn it. Define love. Whatever makes you happy.
I was trying to remember the lyrics of the song, but I haven't listened to that song super often.
Fuck, she beat me.
You look at me. This is only one for... I don't remember the words. I'm trying to think.
And you know what? I will do my duty. Dislike. Fuck this bitch. A chemical in your brain, silly. Okay, fair enough. You got me there.
But, to be fair, everything that goes on in your brain is just chemicals. and love is no less valid than anything else.
Okay, so why you can't argue with a leftist? Jeez.
I don't know. Well, yeah. Let me look at my list too.
So what kind of topic should I be looking for?
Well, we could go with the basic from 4 years ago. 1, I am the Lord your God. That's pretty standard. There's the key to unhappiness, which I have an idea for what the key to unhappiness might be, but I don't want to make assumptions. Gotta keep an eye on that one.
Dennis Prager is an idiot. Yeah, yes, he is. Leftist books for brainwashing kids. Build a wall. Why there isn't...
Oh, no. Actually, I'm actually curious about the books one, because I...
That's only a 3-minute... It's only a 3-minute video.
What people will say are books that need to be banned.
True. If you hate poverty, you should love capitalism. Oh, jeez. Who are the most powerful people in America? Fossils are your friend. Oh no, never mind. That's not Prager. That's replying to Prager.
Mm-hmm. There's plenty of material to reply to. That's one of the
Democratic socialism is still socialism.
Apologetics and all of the super right-wing arguments all onto one channel, so that other people can go to their channel, respond to some of their videos, and you could have each person respond to something different. All being on PragerU. There, Josh.
Okay, so...
Can you do?
I am not gonna try pronouncing that. That's the love chemical.
What is it? Read.
Don't even manage to call the men who do the raping murder. That is actually very true. They did not call the men who do the evil actions toxic. They deflected. But okay, so are the rich, or as the rich get richer, the poor get poorer? Jeez. So, what kind of what videos should we look at?
What is this? Wants you.
Oh no, who are the racist? Conservatives or liberals? Oh, you know what? Here we go. What's wrong with the government-run healthcare? But
I want to know what's up with this video, too.
So, we'll start with the leftist books, and we'll go to the next video that you find.
Oh, okay.
So what's the one that you found? I'll get that up.
I'll send you the link over Discord so you're not having to search for it, because I have it pulled up already.
Okay.
There you go. Done.
Wrong link.
God damn it. I tried. I failed. I tried so hard, but not so far.
In the end, it didn't even matter. Wrong link.
What the fuck? I've copied it like twice. Copy.
Wrong link.
Yeah, I don't understand. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I realized what I did now. And I hate myself a little on the inside. I had it pulled I had accidentally clicked back to the stream and didn't pay any fucking attention to what I was doing.
There we go.
Fourth time's the charm, right?
Okay, so we got that one there. Here we go. You ready?
As much as I will ever be.
Is the stream ready? That government that is perfect and dictates everything perfect is too dumb to do healthcare. Very true. Oh no. Also, I just saw Hate Jews and I'm concerned. There was a Hate Jews one? Control F.
Yeah.
I don't know. But, okay. The lizard-run shadow government that is controlling our minds is also too dumb to do healthcare.
Josh, be careful what you say on stream. They'll come after you.
Well, fuck.
What's up, guys? This is Will Witt with PragerU, and today we're doing Storytime with Will. We have this book. The team at PragerU picked it out for me. Peaceful Fights for Equal Rights. It is a children's book. We got it at Barnes & Noble. The back says, shake a hand, lend a hand, have hope, and be hope. It's meant for kids ages 4 to 8. Because, you know, when you're 4 to 8 years old, that's what you should be doing, is protesting, not school or sports or anything.
Okay. No. Absolutely not. When you're 4 to 8, you should be learning that, hey, everybody who looks different is still a person.
Yeah, I specifically remember when I was a kid, my parents specifically about the civil rights movement and how important it was and how wonderful it was and all the good that Martin Luther King Jr. did and Rosa Parks and how important nonviolent protest was, and teaching my brothers those same things whenever, you know, they start homeschooling us. I was in high school by that point, but they were younger, so.
There we go. I just made it a little bit bigger. Okay.
All right, let's have him read us a story.
But
I like the stories.
oh, jeez.
And you should be protesting. Okay, let's get into this book. Assemble, take action, create allies. Resist. This is what little kids need to know about resisting. And look at these signs. Hashtag resist. There's the communist fist. Is that like the Labor Party communist fist? Boycott, boycott, boycott. Boycott grapes. We're off to a rough start. Call someone. Campaign. Camp out. This is super weird already. Okay. Be fearless. Fly a flag. File a lawsuit? What little kid is filing a lawsuit? Oh, and this guy. Real American hero kneeling for the flag at a football game. There's a baby at a construction site.
Okay. The kneeling at the flag last I knew, it was more respectful to kneel.
I'm not seeing where he's having a problem. I mean, they're teaching kids about people have protested things that weren't right.
Yeah.
To bring equality. I fail to see why you would find that so unusual, unless maybe you're just so used to being taught that you shouldn't question your overlords. I mean,
then again, he was also most likely It's like, me personally, I have not seen a lot of this. If it wasn't for the internet, I wouldn't have seen a lot of this. So, likewise, he was probably raised in an area where he never had to interact with any of the things depicted here. So it's probably just disassociation, so it's alien to him.
seems so, like, it's specifically pointing out non-violent protesting.
Yeah.
Bad thing. It's okay to stand up against things that you don't think are right.
God damn it, Josh.
Chat, Christians didn't have a problem with protesting in certain situations, like doing their, what's it called? They protest
Planned Parenthood every single year.
In front of Planned Parenthood. There's the one that's earlier this year, where they basically, it's Chain of Life. That's what it's called.
Chain of Life, March for Life, or whatever. Yeah.
Seems like such a non-issue, I guess, as far as to complain about.
Okay. Yeah, you cut out for a little bit, so I'm not... It's either you were silent or Discord hiccuped. Was there a long pause in what you just said?
I'm good.
Okay.
No, I was just saying, what he is getting all fussy about seems like a non-issue, even by, like, conservative standards.
And actually, a very good point, Eliza. If Jehovah's can sit during the pledge, why can't someone else? Why can't someone kneel? That is one of the only things I will thank Jehovah's for, is because 1943 there was a U.S. Supreme Court case. It was this family against West Virginia. That the Supreme Court ruled that not standing for the Pledge of Allegiance is protected by the First Amendment. We were in the middle of fighting a world war, and they said this.
Which, by the way, that's another thing I'm surprised Christians don't have more of a problem with, considering the, thou shalt not have any idols. You would think, like, doing a pledge to a flag would be considered idolatrous. But I don't know.
I mean, every single image of white Jesus is an idol.
White Jesus.
Because, I'll come right back to that. Just for a point, Cesare Borgia. If I look him up, he's an old Italian Duke of Valentinois, or however the hell you pronounce it. Italian I do not do. But what do you see with him?
He looks a bit like Inigo Montoya.
But no, it's like he was very much the influence for the modern day Jesus.
Jesus. Theist. Lame daddy.
But, okay. Didn't we kill him in Assassin's Creed 2? I've never played Assassin's Creed 2. Also, the baby, the construction site, is basically learning a trade starting super early. And who knows? Maybe it was bring your kid to work today.
Learning about construction.
Also, kids learn about the knights fighting dragons. Is he going to criticize that too? Probably.
Everybody boycotted fucking Harry Potter. Why wouldn't they?
You boycott what?
Harry Potter. Hardcore Christians that got Harry Potter banned in schools for a good long period of time.
Yes, because everyone knows kids can only learn about one book of people, or like sorcerers fighting evil, and that's obviously not Harry Potter.
I still think it's funny that there were people that legitimately thought you were going to learn witchcraft from Harry Potter. Like, you clearly do not know anything about any form of witchcraft.
Yeah.
Not any of it. Not Wicca, not Brujeria, like nothing. Nothing.
Look up Korean Jesus.
I want to see Korean Jesus.
Korean Jesus. Oh my god. Wait, what?
Korean Jesus looks like the Shaggy memes.
Oh, wow. Oh, jeez. Okay, so
Jesus don't skip leg day.
this might be the. Okay, so yeah, this is the legitimate. So I understand. But okay, so let's see if we can continue this.
The answer is no. Let's go.
That's unsafe. Strike. 4-year-olds don't have jobs. They're not striking from their jobs. Are they supposed to strike someone? Be non-violent. That's good. Tell that to Antifa. You can only do what you can do. This guy looks homeless, so do it. Just do it. Just do it, 4-year-olds. It's the little book of little activists.
So I love how he shoehorned in Antifa.
Okay, focus. We only made a few seconds.
Yeah, but he finished up that book.
I know, but we're not even halfway through the video.
But no, it's like, objectively speaking, fuck Antifa. You are using violence to solve a problem. That is a problem. But okay.
Activism. Taking action in order to create social change. Anyone can be... Wait, look at this. Can you see that? There's nothing written on the sign. It's just a bunch of scribbles.
Yes, because you're including the child.
Feminism. The belief that women and men deserve equal rights, opportunities, and respect. I wish that was true. Adults are harder to convince than kids. Exactly right. Adults are harder to convince than kids. That's why they can convince these kids to hold up signs that they know nothing about.
Just like you convince kids to go to church.
Yeah, very true.
We will not be silenced. I doubt this kid can barely even talk. Diversity makes America great. I agree, if only I doubt they're talking about diversity of thought. I dissent. 18 months old. What could you possibly be dissenting from? I marched before I walked. It makes zero sense to say that people are different just because their skin is a different color or they were born somewhere else. There's differences in cultures of where people come from. Someone from the Middle East isn't going to have the same culture as someone from America. Future leader. She's knocked out of sleep. That's pretty cute. Speak the truth even if your voice shakes. People say the indoctrination starts in college or even as late as high school. It starts when you're 4 to 8 years old, when parents are getting their kids these books, or when they're seeing them in the bookstore, or their friend has it at school and they read it with them. But that was story time with Will. I hope you guys enjoyed the books that we had today. I would.
Okay.
Cool. Like you said, like everyone tries to teach. I think this is the problem, right? Every parent that actually cares about their kids, or anyone that has children in their life, tries to teach these kids what they think is right. So for Christians, that involves teaching them Christianity from a very young age. And when it comes to people who are trying to promote activism for group, whether you're a feminist or whether you're LGBTQ, whatever, each person is trying to do what they think is right, and
just... Did Discord fuck up? Or did you just, like, suddenly stop? Sarah? It sounded like you were leading into something, but... Yep, we lost her. But... But no, it's like... brainwashing kids into something they will never actually understand, especially as kids. You really think teaching a child the Bible, or the Quran, or the Torah, or any other religious text as a baby, they're not going to understand this shit. They're not going to understand why people are lining up for communion.
Oh. There we go.
Hey, you're back.
Yes, I'm here.
But no, it's like, you want to talk about like this kind of stuff. I think you were leading onto this is parents are trying to like force what they stand with to kids. It's not the point.
No matter who you are, if you have kids, you're going to end up trying to teach them what you think is right, and that's just going to differ from person to person. And if someone else teaches their kid what they think is right, happens to disagree with what you think, then you're going to call it indoctrination, no matter what side you're on.
Yes.
And to a level, it's true. Like, yeah, you're going to indoctrinate them because you're going to try and teach them what you think is right. It's just not everyone's going to be right. And
no, it's like, by definition, somebody has to be wrong. The problem is,
yep,
a lot of times, everybody's wrong. We're all collectively trying to get better. We're all collectively trying to be more correct. But it's like, don't force books like that on kids. Don't force the Bible on kids. Like, teach them to be accepting. Teach them just to be good for the sake of being good. And you won't need books like this. You won't need books like the Bible. You won't need to threaten them with hell or whatever the hell if you're bad. It's like,
I don't know. But as far as, like, teaching them about nonviolent protests or teaching them about feminism, I don't see a problem with that. You're not saying they have to participate in marches or do anything like that. I just point out, look at these things, I guess. Also, his comment about feminism, I think that boils down a lot to... There's a lot of controversy over this point because feminism is defined as, promoting equality between the genders. You do have extremists who define themselves as feminists who... basically just against men.
Yeah, I think taking shoe on head's definition, I think what he's got in mind is hand in hand with third wave.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's to the point where it's not as necessary as it used to be, but just to get... It's like, things are still not fully equal, but they're fighting the wrong fights. It's like, I'm not going to look at... And, like, taking what Victor just said, it's like, I'm not going to look at Republicans and think that they're all like Trump.
Yeah. Yeah, Victor's right.
Oh.
Ari? Oh, man.
Oh, no. But no, it's like fighting for the wage gap. The wage gap is not real.
At least not in the way that you think it is.
It's like the people claiming that there's a wage gap post less sources than Prager does.
Ouch.
Yes, I'm holding Prager to a higher standard than the people who claim there's a wage gap. But it's...
Quick aside here. I just want to say, at some point, I want us to react to, on the other side of things, political lesbianism, because that is some of the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, sad, but funny.
Oh no, why? Oh no, Victor put a link Wikipedia for the fourth wave. Okay, so... That is a terrifying pause. No, I'm not dissing Wikipedia. I'm just laughing you posted a link for it. Wikipedia is amazing.
How else would we solve disagreements over facts if not with Wikipedia?
Like, Wikipedia, I really do like Wikipedia mostly because it's self-correcting. If somebody has better sources, if somebody has better... It's like, if somebody sees somebody else made an error, hey, we can do this and link to the correction.
My nose is itchy. Alright.
But, okay. He wants you.
I'm ready.
I don't think I am. Oh, God. What have you sent?
The London newspaper, the Daily Mail, listed the top 10 problems experienced by couples on vacation together. And topping the list was the man looking at other women in bikinis on the beach. Now, in another Prager University course, I explained the sexual power of the visual on men. And as I show, and as anyone readily understands, unless they've been misled by a politically correct college course, the power of the visual to excite men has no analog in women.
If somebody's cute, I'm gonna recognize they're cute. But especially, there's a big difference between recognizing something's cute and wanting it.
Right.
Like,
you can't control your thoughts, but you can control your actions.
Yes. It's like, citing back to earlier, Ronda Rousey, she's fucking hot. But I'm with you.
Mm-hmm. Tom Hiddleston would bang. I mean...
Exactly. Tigers are cute. I don't want one. White tigers are amazing. Hey girl, can I introduce you to the marketplace of ideas? Jeez.
That's not how you say it, Mike. Let me show you how it's done.
Oh no.
Hey girl, can I introduce you to the marketplace of ideas?
God damn it.
Insert wink here. I know you guys can't see me, but there was a wink.
God damn it. I'm asexual, so I don't get any of this. Hey.
See, then you're good. You don't have to worry about any of this.
like, I know somebody else who's actually asexual, and hey, more power to you. Whatever makes you happy, do it. So long as it doesn't... Okay. Correction. Whatever makes you happy, as long as it doesn't infringe on somebody else's happiness, do it. Like, if it's gonna hurt if it's gonna fuck with somebody else.
Basically, it's not going to harm anyone or infringe on their rights.
That. My English did not work.
I got you. It's okay, I understand. Your brain starts to deteriorate after a certain amount of PragerU.
Yeah. I can't deny that. My fiance and I point out hot people to each other.
Talking about doing a stream of or Pass. That's pretty much which would be the stream, is us playing Smash or Pass.
Should that be on this channel or the other channel?
I honestly don't know.
You know what? I think just the chatting or like the reacting should be on this channel more often.
Okay.
Gotta replenish those brain cells by pissing people. Yeah, pretty much.
Is that how that works?
But no, it's like like Emilia Clarke, she's hot, and then at the same time, like if I'm not mistaken, you think Jason Momoa. Like even
Jason Momoa is the only man that could have made Aquaman cool. Because Aquaman is objectively the lamest superhero, other than Aqualad, who was the sidekick to Aquaman. That's super extra sad.
Despite Aquaman actually being really fucking powerful.
Yeah, but he's still, like, really lame. Let's be honest. I mean, he doesn't exude the same amount of cool as, say, Iron Man or Batman, okay?
No. But I will definitely say the new visual take on Aquaman is far superior to the old visual take.
Yeah, because it's fucking Jason Momoa. Those are some nice visuals.
And as a completely straight man, yeah, he's fucking hot.
Mm-hmm.
Confirmed hotness on both.
Agreed.
Okay, so... Oh, jeez. He died.
Let's talk about how people PragerU. Let's go.
I think... God damn. And also, for note, he is... between where I am and where he is. There is 2 walls and 2 doors between us. Victor's saying that Mobby died again.
Oh!
He's playing Resident Evil 2 right now, the remake.
Le poor bastard. You gotta be loud if you want assistance.
Like, if you want to subscribe to him, like, he's, actually, here. Shit.
Subscribe to Mobby Nerd. He's fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah, you messing with
boy.
the dad.
Oh boy. Okay.
Oh, God.
I'll just let this play to help with his watch time. Sorry. That was not exactly a good time to go through. But it tells me what he's seeing.
But I have nightmares now. Okay.
I'm sorry. Okay, so let's go back to the cringe.
Women don't get excited by virtually every male body at the beach. Male eggs don't turn them on like female eggs turn men on, etc., etc. It takes massive willpower, in fact, for a heterosexual man not to look at bikini-clad women. And few men, even the nicest, finest, and most monogamously faithful and loving, have such willpower. So the Daily Mail notes, this frequently causes problems when a couple's itinerary includes a visit to the beach. And what exactly is the problem? The problem is that the wife or girlfriend feels threatened by his looking. And why does she feel threatened? Because she thinks he is comparing her to those women. And why does this disturb her? Here are 3 reasons. First, virtually every woman, no matter how attractive, thinks that when her man is looking at other women in general, and in bikinis especially, he is finding them more attractive than her. Second, she thinks that he is therefore dissatisfied with her.
I just want PragerU to include the meme here.
Which meme?
How do you not know the meme?
My mind is scrambled by this.
I'm gonna find the meme for you. The meme of the guy looking at the other woman.
Oh, that meme.
Hold on. Yeah, one of the most popular memes right now.
Yeah. The boyfriend meme.
And also, as for not looking at male legs, again, I seen Tom Hiddleston's legs. They're pretty nice. I'm just saying. And they lead up to a nice ass too. I'm just saying. He's an attractive motherfucker.
It's like, my legs are one thing I'm actually kind of happy with, but eh.
I like your legs. They're nice.
Tom, all caps.
Oh yeah, Tom. Super nice.
But
I need Tom Hiddleston to start doing audiobooks so I can hear him read things in his fantastic, beautiful, silky smooth voice.
God damn it.
I mean, Loki's fantastic also, but I like Tom Hiddleston and other things. He was also good in Crimson Peak.
What the
I'm not a super big fan of Lovers Love to Life, but I think he did a good job.
What is happening? Poor Mobby. Poor Mobby nerd.
I haven't seen War Horse yet. I need to watch it.
I just wanted to see why he was screaming. Oh, hello, overcompensating person.
I heard that.
I have headphones on and I heard that. I mean, even okay, I know Tom is Tom. Warhorse, you'll cry. What? No, no.
Tom Hiddleston was also in Warhorse. Wasn't Benedict Cumberbatch also in that one?
I've never heard of Warhorse, so I can't come. I don't know.
I haven't seen Warhorse yet either. That's what I was saying. Yes, Look, I'm like. I kind of am, because you know what? Here's my thing. I feel like anytime you're having to rate someone based upon their physical attractiveness, it's gonna be kind of objectifying.
How about Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman?
Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman? I mean, yes. Listen, I'm not a big fan of chick flicks, but the one that Hugh Jackman was in with, what's her name? Was in, like, all of the 90s chick flicks.
Like, which one? I thought he was in, like, several. I remember there was one where he rented out a room to this girl.
Hold on. I need to find the movie.
Oh, God.
No. This was one where he was, like, he had time traveled from the past, and he was this distinguished...
Oh, that I don't know.
Gentleman.
My yas turned into age.
Yeah, Kate and Leopold, that was right. It's a great movie. It's absolute, like, from the can, cheese whiz, straight into your mouth. It's fantastic. I love it.
Okay. But, yeah. No, it's like Ryan Reynolds is objectively hot with a hilarious personality.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
By the way,
anybody dating him
willing to give
is
Pikachu a chance.
It's simply because of him. Because he anything he's in that I have seen so far has been made so much better simply because he's in it. And yeah, it's like Hugh Jackman has a great natural voice.
Mm-hmm. That's another. I need to watch The Greatest Showman. I heard that was good.
I've heard that was good as well. But okay.
Fear that he might leave her.
So off topic
And
every
third,
time.
She is sure that her man will continue to think about these women long after they've disappeared from sight. So now let's analyze these reasons. First, does the husband or boyfriend find these women on the beach, or for that matter anywhere else, more attractive than he finds his wife or girlfriend? Well, since I believe that only honesty works in the long run, the answer is sometimes yes. He may very well find some of those women more physically attractive than his woman. But here's the point that most women, again, understandably don't know. With very few exceptions, it doesn't matter. You heard me right. Of course, when looking at these other women, he may find some of them more physically attractive than the woman he's with. But, and here's the good news, so what? Presuming he is attracted to you, and if he isn't, it doesn't matter if you're vacationing in a monastery and all he sees are monks. He wants you. I repeat, he wants you. And if he does, all those other women don't amount to a hill of beans. There's another thing women need to know. Within seconds of her disappearing from view, he has no memory of any of these women. When in sight, they can take over his male mind. But out of sight, they are out of mind. It's as if they never existed. Yes, the visual gets men's total attention in a matter of seconds. But as soon as the woman he was focused on vanishes, most men forget what they saw in an equal number of seconds.
You have so little faith in some men's memories.
I feel like that's more of
It's like
a narrative based upon his own experience. And even that, and it's not. I doubt its honesty.
It sounds like he's overcompensating. Did his wife force him to make this video? Does he have a wife?
Look, to an extent.
The men are Dory confirmed. I am offended.
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. But no, again, I understand the point of, you can have a healthy relationship where you recognize other people are attractive. Men, women, whatever. That said, saying men can't help it when they stare at other women and they think about other women, but that doesn't mean they would actually cheat on you. Sometimes they do. Victor says, you can't control what you're doing. You can, not stare at them. You can, you can have healthy communication with your wife and talk with her about these things. And if there is an issue of jealousy in the relationship, then it's something that needs to be worked through.
Yeah.
And it may lead to the termination of that relationship.
That's more indicative of a larger issue.
Right.
And Dory is Ellen. It's a compliment. I was saying I jokingly said it's offensive, but simultaneously know that Ellen is better than me. She is awesome.
I genuinely love the Dory song because I used to be on the swim team and I used to legitimately kind of hum that as I would swim.
I remember that. Oh God, never mind. That's a memory of me being a stupid kid. I used to go to the YMCA as a kid.
The where?
It's a think of it like an all-in-one gym kind of thing.
I know what it is, but you have to
The Y?
The YMCA.
God damn it.
You gotta say it correctly.
I am not gonna sing the Village People.
Sing it, damn
it. But no.
You're no fun. Damn it.
But no, I used to throw these cones in the deep end. Just like, okay, I'll be able to go down there and get them, bring it back up. Kind of just get more attuned to going to the deepest part of the pool. Like an idiot, one of those times I threw down, I think, 2 or 3 cones, and I struggled to get back up. So I almost drowned myself as a 12-year-old.
God dang it, Michael.
Sing. Continuing the video.
God damn it.
Why does this come as news, and hard to believe news at that, to most women? Because you, the woman, remember the women your man looked at, and you therefore think that he too remembers them. But let me assure you, he doesn't. Most men under torture couldn't identify the women they looked at the hour before, let alone the day before, if they were shown photos of them along with photos of women they had never seen. And more good news. His seeing women who he thinks for that moment are more attractive than you has no bearing whatsoever on his being quote-unquote dissatisfied with you. Men find other women attractive in large measure just because they are other women. Men are programmed by nature to want variety. Indeed, endless variety. That's why God-fearing King Solomon had 700 wives and another 300 concubines, and secular Hugh Hefner had at least that many lovers. In sum, then, when your man looks at these other, perhaps even more attractive women, he is A, not comparing you to them, B, not in any way becoming dissatisfied with you, and C, certainly not thinking of them later. He looks at them because they are other women, whether they are more attractive, just as attractive, or less attractive. They are women in bikinis, so he looks. Where there is basic domestic harmony and mutual physical attraction, more than anything your husband wants you. When he looks, he isn't comparing, he isn't getting dissatisfied, and he won't have a clue later as to who he saw. So when you're back in your hotel room, put on your own bikini and tell him you want it.
Hilarious
because
how he
again,
tried to turn that around right
else
there.
In the world, he wants you. And if you don't believe me, ask him. You'll be glad you did.
No, I'm not remembering her. You're remembering her.
Join.
That sounds like a bad man, like a just a bad defense. Good message, but
he's like, I was looking at her. I was remembering her. You were looking at her, and you remembered her. I don't even know who you're talking about. Who's that girl? I don't know.
Again, it sounds like he's overcompensating. You did drown. This is your hell. Okay, you know what? That's believable.
Hey.
We're watching PragerU.
But we have each other. Is it really hell if we're together?
Guys, it solves a riddle. Everything is a woman's fault. When guys look at other women, it's your fault for being ugly. God damn it, Josh.
I love it. It's great.
Women are crazy for thinking men have the same memory capacity. I am actually rather proud of my memory most of the time. Good overall message, but he had not a great way to deliver it.
Honestly, I don't think it was even a great message. I mean, because his whole takeaway was, You're just overreacting, women. That was pretty much it.
And
definitely get jealous too. Like that's another thing. It's like it's just women that get jealous kind of thing.
And I was
men get jealous. I've seen this happen with friends of mine. I've had it happen to me, not often, but it's happened.
And no, it is not hell with you. Love you, Sarah.
Spawned earlier, like.
You know why guys won't be able to tell what they look? Because they aren't looking at the face. To be fair, my fiance just has a memory of a net. Here's a funny thing though, is what, like, I made this joke years ago. Why is it that ineptitude won't go hand in hand with infertility?
Wait, what? Fine, please.
Why is it... Okay, let's say it another way. To take Steve Hofstadter's way of saying it, doesn't matter how stupid you are, doesn't matter how much brain cells people lose, why is that the only thing they remember? This goes in here!
How did we get to this point? I'm so confused. Did I space out?
I was elaborating further on the point Josh is making, is we aren't looking at the face.
Oh, okay.
And then, like, it branched off with Victor saying the memory thing. I put peen in veg.
Right.
Why is it that out of everything that people maintain, why is it that that is the only thing that will never go away? But, okay.
Hey, it goes away. Sometimes there are some people that's not how it works.
Actually, do you want to know something really funny? You just want me to say peen, to be honest? God damn it, Victor. Me being a fan and growing up with anime, the character Goku, he has two sons, Gohan and Goten. What is funny is I'm fairly certain he does not know what sex is, despite having two kids.
Yeah. You know, I haven't even watched that much Dragon Ball Z, but even with the little that I have seen, I kind of get that same thing. Feeling it's like...
That tells me that the strongest man in the universe is scared of his wife, and I'm pretty sure Chi-Chi rapes him.
Oh my god.
Or she tells him it's something different, and he doesn't know what sex is.
That just made things very dark.
Male sex victims exist. No matter how strong you are.
Oh my god. Anyway.
I took that. I'm just hugging your penis. What the hell?
I'm missing something. On our Facebook chat too.
No, she put that in the live chat. Do you have live chat or top chat open?
God damn it, it is top chat.
I fucking hate how it defaults to top chat.
Now I see it. There it is. Better. Yes, that's great.
Wait, what? Okay, let's continue the...
leave Josh questioning.
I am really... This one I'm actually legitimately curious about is how they're going to try to... Like, what they're going to say on democratic socialism.
Oh, Jesus Louises. Okie dokie. I feel like I need alcohol for this one.
Do you still have alcohol, or is it gone?
You know, I got 2 beers left, and I got some rum left in the freezer.
Okay. Do you want to take a little break, and I'll get a snack?
Oh, works.
Okay. Yep. I'll be right back. One of these. You know, fuck it. I'll just leave it right here. I don't have a be right back screen. Yep. Break time, snacks, and whatever else.
Okay, I'm back. I'm ready. I got myself some Kraken rum with Dr. Pepper. We have gone a little heavy on the rum. It's okay, Josh. It'll all be okay. Sarcastic tone with me, sir. All right. We are a team. We suffer together. Alcohol. Josh, come here. Come have some rum. I have special Kraken glasses. They're super cool. They color change. When you put your cold drink in it, you know, it starts off where you see the ship, but when it gets cold, you see the destroyed ship in the tentacles of the Kraken. It's super cool. It is. It was actually part of a it was supposed to be like a gift set thing, so you had like a slightly smaller than the normal size bottle of the rum itself, and then you had 2 glasses. Okay. I just went and got it for myself. It was not a gift for anyone but myself. I spotted at my local liquor store. That was harder to say than I thought it was going to be.
Okay. You know what, Josh? You are living in hell right now.
That's right. What state do you live in again?
Wasn't it Alabama?
Oh, I don't think so. Honestly, it was like...
And glad to have you here, Eliza.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Josh.
Sarcasm is my only tone.
Josh, I know that's not true. It may be our main tone, but you can speak other tones.
I want a Kraken cup, but I don't like alcohol.
Tell you what, just buy the set, give the rum to someone who likes rum, then you've gotten them a present and yourself a present.
And besides Sarah here is you were quite envious of the alcohol selection at my 24-hour store.
Listen, that shit ain't even funny. What is with fucking Michigan in your grocery stores having a full liquor store in the regular grocery store?
One full aisle of just beer, one aisle of just wine, and then everything else in the third aisle. Rum, vodka. Arkansas. Okay.
Arkansas, that was what it was.
Wait, oh no, you live in Arkansas.
Arkansas.
He spelled it Arkansas.
I like to pronounce it Arkansas. I like to say it that way.
Which actually, on that note, I need to do something real quick.
Okay. What you finna do?
No. Work, please. Nope, it don't want to work.
Who?
Toward the end of this... Hey, I need to put you as a mod on this channel. But, okay, so... America, explain. Hey, you said it. But here we go. Democratic socialism is still socialism. Let's see what they call, what they consider.
Drink.
You ready?
Ready.
Democratic socialism. It's not the same.
God damn it, they have him.
Fuck is he? No, really, who the fuck is he? I have no idea.
It's Stephen Chowder. He
Don't know who that is.
Okay, do you know the there is only one thing I like him for, and that is how he does the like street debates. He's the one that does the meme, like you've probably seen the meme of like him sipping a mug, with the change my mind sign.
Yes, yes.
It's him.
Like, there are only two genders. Please change my mind.
Yes. That meme is him. But he is extremely conservative, and his little talk show is titled Louder with Chowder.
Okay, yes, I've heard of this. But I have heard of it. Okay. We gotta make it through what he actually has to say. Come on now.
God damn it. And it's like, I like how he does debates, but I don't like his views.
Alright, come on now. You gotta let me at least hear his views. I haven't had to hear anything yet.
Okay.
Same as socialism, because it's democratic, right? Or something, right? People are buying that. People buy that now, right? Apparently. As though adding the word democratic in front of a word changes what it means. Just because we toss something to a vote doesn't change what that something is, nor does it alter whether that something is inherently good or bad. Couple of examples, because I know you'll ask. Hamas. was democratically elected as the government in Gaza, despite the fact that the destruction of not only Israel, but the eradication of all Jews is in their official charter. Robert Mugabe, or Bobby Mugabe if you prefer, was democratically elected by a loving majority in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe, how's that working out? Venezuela? Well, Hugo Chavez, noted personal favorite and friend of Sean Penn, to whom he constantly pointed as being unfairly characterized as a dictator when in fact he was democratically elected as a socialist. Well, how'd that work out for Venezuela? Well, it's now on the brink of collapse, despite it being one of the most resource-rich nations in the entire world. Basic things like eggs, milk, flour, and toilet paper are either too expensive for the average Venezuelan or simply out of stock. Out of stock, mind you, democratically. I know. Some of you will say, well, that's not fair because really we knew all along it technically was a dictatorship. Okay, that's fair. Let's move on to example number 2. Denmark? Okay, here's the time where you point to an entirely homogeneous population, about 1/60th the size of America's, and you point to that as the blueprint. Okay, let's go there. This is a place where the middle class can't even afford a car because of the 180% new car tax. And the Prime Minister was so fed up with Americans pointing to it as a beacon for socialist success that he felt compelled to clarify, I would like to make one thing clear. Denmark is far from a socialist planned economy. Denmark is a market economy. Sweden? I love Sweden. Okay, great bikini team, and thanks to that country, my armoire now doubles as a bookcase. Speaking of which, the founder of IKEA, let's be honest, the only really cool export from Sweden, aside from a few good hockey players, left Sweden because of the stifling high tax rate. So, Sweden, good place, not bad people, but a successful model for a viable economy in today's global market? Incorrect. The fact is that over time, the greatest enemy of socialism is reality. The reality that human nature will invariably pull certain people toward individualism and success, and others toward laziness and collectivism. The tension between the makers and the takers always leads to socialism's inevitable collapse. But I know that I can give you examples of failed socialist economies until I'm blue in the face, and you won't care. Because at least socialism is inherently more morally altruistic than the evil, greedy, capitalist warmongering seen in the West. Greed? What's more greedy than wanting to take from someone else something that you haven't earned? Unlike capitalism, free enterprise, which can only occur truly through voluntary transaction, socialism can only occur at gunpoint. That's what it comes down to. If you don't pay your taxes, once you get through the IRS and the auditing and the lawyers and the PR stunts, people make you give the government your money, an increasing amount of your money, the more successful you are, or they send in scary men with guns to take you away. Now, so long as the people having their stuff taken away at gunpoint are in the minority, and the majority feels that they'll get to benefit from more said taken stuff, you'll always be able to win that decision through a popular vote and claim the moral high ground through democracy. Putting the word democratic in front of your socialism doesn't make it any inherently more moral nor less violent.
Hold on. The claims here. Where are you getting evidence to base these claims off of? Where is this shit happening exactly?
Just... Oh.
It's just like... Sorry, it is a lot to take in, and I'm like... I'm gonna fully admit here, like, I'm not as versed in this stuff as I am more in the religious aspect of things.
Yes.
So, there's not so much I can say. What I can say is, it seems like he's making a lot of claims, but there's not a lot of this stuff. It's like every now and then there's like a quick statistic with no
it wasn't
context.
Even statistics. It was just a lot of anecdotes.
Yeah, exactly. I want to say I saw like one statistic at one point.
But
yeah, like you said, lots of anecdotes.
And citing back to what I was saying earlier is there's already a lot of what is arguably really good and acceptable socialism, air quotes. But the thing is, I already have shit insurance at work. And that's like 4% of my income right out the gate. If that was something covered via, let's say, 10% of taxes. Let's say if I lose 10% for that. To have something I can actually use, that would be something I personally would very happily do. Like, I need to get surgery on my ear. I need to get a lot of other health things covered. But the number one cause of bankruptcy in the United States, if I'm not mistaken, is unplanned medical expenses. In the richest society in the world, that should never happen.
I kind of feel like, as someone who's not as well versed in this sort of thing, this isn't meant for someone like me who doesn't know that much about the situation, or for people who are well versed but disagree. I feel like this is for people who already have their minds made up and agree with him. And this is more of him reaffirming those beliefs, because there's not any actual arguments made for like cons.
It's just a lot of trigger words is what he was using.
It's take the time to explain what democratic socialism is. Doesn't take the time to explain he believes it's not working in these different countries. It's just bam, bam, bam. This country is having these problems and they have democratic socialism. Okay, but why is democratic socialism to blame for this? Are there other factors in place? To me, for me, not understanding, what democratic socialism really is and how it pertains on a practical level, like, I'm actually learning anything from this video. Other than this guy believes democratic socialism is bad, and you're stupid if you do not agree.
Yeah.
Which Victor pointed out earlier, that is definitely how he frames it in this video.
Very true, Josh. But no, it's like what a lot of these people are thinking is they want the short term, but they're unable to think more than 5 minutes in the future. We already do a public education up to 12th grade. Do another 4 years like community college or something. Doesn't have to be a university or whatever the hell. You give up to another 4 years of any community college, you are securing a more skilled workforce for the entire country. It's not going to pay off immediately. It'll start paying itself back in 10, 15 years. But you're going to have more skilled workforce able to do more skilled work, making more money, putting it back into taxes. That is something that'll pay for itself. That's an investment that people are unwilling to make.
I've heard that, and I'm not entirely certain how true this is or how exactly the logistics of it go, but that in some European countries, I think one of the examples was like Denmark. Another thing they include, along with just, basic in school education like we're used to here, they have them go and trades. And They like this is that is considered part of their education. You have to go work in certain areas comparable to forms of education that require you to do a certain amount of time of community service, except this is more to learn trade, learn skills, basically.
I want to say there's something like that in Germany. That sounds very familiar.
I heard about this a long time ago. So, like I said,
I went to Germany in 2009, so it's like it bugs me because it sounds really familiar. But yeah,
let me see.
But yeah, it's like, what was he talking about when he mentioned Denmark? It's like he was talking about the scale of it.
The time where you point to an entirely homogenous population about 1/60th the size of America's, and you
1/60th the size of America. Okay, so let's go United States population.
Okay, I found what I was looking at. I'm sorry, I just wanted to say it real quick. Vocational secondary education in Denmark.
Okay.
Takes place at special state-funded vocational schools, most of which are either technical schools or business colleges. This is what they were talking about. Education is very popular among students in the upper secondary division of school. The vocational secondary education in Denmark includes the addition of workplace-based training. Many students utilize this time in vocational training to expand their skills and create a stronger program of focus for their field. So basically they get normal school like we get here, plus they also get to go and learn a trade, like I said. They get to go and get some field work, some experience in, which seems extremely useful over here, because I know one of the things that was an issue whenever I was applying for jobs was I was trying to get another job and I didn't have a year experience in my job yet. And many of them wanted 1 year or 2 years experience in that job before you qualified for it. That's a lot harder to get when, in order to do that, you need to actually get that job.
To get the experience.
Right, exactly. So I think that's kind of a good solution to that, is to include that as part of the schooling to get that experience in, so they know these people are going to have that experience beforehand.
And side note, I want to know what the hell map they were using, because there's something very wrong with this map. Where the fuck is Louisiana?
Yeah, that's really weird. If we're gonna get rid of a state, I'm thinking it should be Bama. Sorry. Or Florida. Florida's a good choice. I don't know. I'm thinking if we're gonna get rid of Louisiana, Florida or Bama.
Get rid of Oklahoma.
Damn Okies.
But no, if we get rid of Florida, we lose our entertainment. We won't have the Florida Man headlines anymore. But
oh my god, that's true.
But
just took on too much water. And we also thought it was California that was going to drop off into the ocean.
Hey, doesn't that mean Texas got more water this time?
Use it. Yeah, Louisiana was drowned. Texas just kind of absorbed it.
This is why I love living up here. I get all this water.
Shut the fuck up. Quit your bragging. I don't want to hear it, you asshole.
But it's like, and democratic socialism and socialism with that host, This is his channel. Again, talking about it. His thumbnail is Bernie Sanders with a Soviet Union flag. Let's see. Oh, jeez. Oh, they have the entire script down here.
Oh, wow, that's convenient. Then it's just determining whether or not you want to... Is it worse if you have to read it, or if you just had to watch it?
I could... It's worse if you watch it because... Yeah, it's definitely worse if you watch it because you gotta hear him say it.
That's true. That's a valid point.
But, okay. And fuck you, Steven. That's a double fuck you to Prager, so... Okay. Okay, so... That was my pick, so you got one for you?
Oh. Hold up. Wait a minute. I have too many windows pulled up. Holy macaroni.
Okay, because this will be my last one.
Oh my god. This is kind of related to the other one. We don't have to do this one, but I see another video. It's Men and the Power of Visual. And just the little description that you see right below is, why are men so attracted by a woman's legs but not vice versa? That is already incorrect.
That is already incredibly incorrect.
Noted. We like men's legs.
And I also know plenty of women who like women's legs.
Mm-hmm. Or men that like men's legs. Although it's not as common. Usually with women, you know, being a woman who's talked to other women, the things I hear the most are it's arms, shoulders, eyes, abs, the V. Biggest ones, I would say. And like smile.
Yeah, and then you get me being the cheesy bastard I am. The things I like about women, the things I like about women the most are the voice and the eyes.
Yes.
And yeah, socialism is definitely the discount scary word this time.
Right.
I was like, I remember FDR got a lot of, it's socialism. It's just this generation's scary thing.
Ooh, my nose is itchy.
And Victor says forearms.
Forearms are nice.
One I will probably get better at once I do more woodworking.
You have some nice arms already.
But,
You've got some muscles.
But okay. So do you got yours, or do you want me to play this one?
Hold on. There was one I was looking for specifically. Oh shit. Oh, Shipley Donuts. Go back. Bad. He had the one that he did on the 10 Commandments. Where is it?
Oh. Let's see.
You know what I mean?
PragerU 10 Commandments. Oh, geez.
Yeah, there you go. What you should know.
Oh, this one? Because it looks like he also did an entire video for every one of these commandments.
Oh. I say either what you should know or do not misuse God's name. Just because my mom is one of those who... She's not super consistent with this, to be honest, but...
And side note, Cosmic Skeptic is an awesome channel.
Yes. She'll have phases where it's like, if you say, like, oh, Jesus Christ, or oh my God, or something, she'll say, don't you say the Lord's name in vain. Which... super consistent with it, but I think it's probably one of the silliest things to get upset about as far as biblical commandments.
And side note, I also really, really love... Oh, God. Damn it. I lost it. No, that was my favorite loophole. In my school handbook when I was in high school was they forbid the use of profanity. But if any teacher was trying to get me in trouble for saying "fuck you" to a student, I know I would have gotten out of it, considering that "fuck you" is not profane. It is vulgarity.
Well, that's right. I remember you explaining the difference. I love you. This is great. That's such a great loophole.
It's like dictionary, profanity, blasphemous or obscene language. And one of the definitions, irreligious or irreverent behavior. Also, synonyms, idolatry, sacrilege. And then... Okay. I don't know how to spell vulgarity, apparently. Vulgar. Lacking sophistication or good taste. Or making explicit or offensive reference to sex or bodily functions, coarse and rude.
I mean, a lacking taste. You would kind of fall under that one.
Shut up.
In particular sense.
Shut up.
I'm just saying.
Shut up.
There is no way you will ever convince me that it tastes a marinara sub with cucumber and mayo.
Yeah. Okay. So do you have your video? What? Oh yeah. This one. What you should know, the 10 Commandments, right?
Yo.
Okay. Here we go.
In world history, so changed the world for the better, as did the 10 Commandments. Western civilization, the civilization that...
I call bullshit. Because the 10 Commandments are optional, especially the thou shalt not kill. How many religious wars have there been? Crusades, the jihads. Okay, we'll leave the jihads out because that was Islam. No, the Crusades, the Protestant Reformation, which led to the religious wars. Namely, the 30 Years' War was very much over religion, at least at its beginning. So, here we go.
Developed universal human rights, created women's equality, ended slavery.
He's trying to Christianity things, right?
What?
He's trying to say that it's because of Christianity we have equal rights.
I think
Is that what he's saying?
17 seconds. Let's hear this. Let's hear this again.
No document in world history so changed the world for the better, as did the 10 Commandments. Western civilization, the civilization that developed universal human right.
Okay, so there is a pause there because the Bible most certainly did not advocate for any of these things.
No. But it also doesn't advocate for equal rights or you know, the end of slavery either.
No, because Exodus 21 outlines how you're allowed to treat your slave.
Yeah, I mean, it does say that you're not supposed to kill them, but you can beat them to within an inch of their life, provided that they recover within 2 days.
Yes. Women are specifically outlined as basically property, and citing back to the rape thing with the 50 shekels of silver. If a rapist rapes your daughter, the rapist must pay the father the 50 shekels and have to marry her because she is basically damaged goods. He damaged the father's property.
Yep. So, I'm calling so much bullshit.
It's like it's like he's drawing a correlation because Christianity and Catholicism was the primary religion in Western civilization, that they also get credit for everything that Western civilization has done.
It's complete bullshit because
correlation does not equal causation.
That too. But also, yes, you had some people like Martin Luther King Jr. who were Christian and would use some of religious beliefs to help with their activism. On the other side of things, are against equal rights for black people or for women.
Yeah. It's like you
biblical justification as part of their argument. And yeah, if in a society where the Bible is given that much authority, for them, that is a completely valid argument for them to use.
Yeah, and
Wrong.
Just my problem with the Bible is the fact that you can get people who want more equality like Martin Luther King, and reading the same book, you get people like that asshole who wrote that blog saying women should suffer during sex just to heighten the pleasure for their husband. Like,
which one was that? Biblical gender roles. That's the blog.
The Confederates. Yeah, exactly. It's a fact that you can get 10 different people reading the same book and getting 10 different interpretations. That is not evidence.
Well, because on the one hand, you have people that read the parts that say, well, God is love and God loves everyone because he created us all.
You're reading one of 66 books. Isn't that Corinthians?
But just, people will take that aspect of things and then that say, women shall not be allowed to teach or exercise authority over men, or, all the rules set in place regarding slavery and how to treat your slaves. That's why I say I don't know a Christian anywhere that doesn't cherry pick.
Yeah.
Any particular Christian denomination that doesn't cherry pick.
But, okay, let's see what else correlation he brings up, because it's definitely not causation.
Created women's equality, ended slavery, created parliamentary democracy, among other unique achievements, would not have developed.
Bullshit.
Parliamentary democracy? Yes.
Bullshit.
Democracy was made in Athens under the Greek gods 200-300 years before Christianity started, in a completely different country across the Mediterranean from where the Old Testament was written. Fuck you.
Without.
It's already bullshit. Let's just keep going.
As you will see when each of the 10 commandments is explained, these commandments are as relevant today as when they were given over 3,000 years ago. In fact, they're so relevant that the Ten Commandments are all that is necessary to make a good world, a world free of tyranny and cruelty. Imagine for a moment a world in which there was no murder or theft.
Bullshit.
In such a world, there would be no need for armies, or police, or weapons. Men and women and children could walk anywhere, at any time of day or night, without any fear of being killed or robbed. Imagine further a world in which no one coveted what belonged to their neighbor, a world in which children honored their mother and father and the family unit thrived, a world in which people obeyed the injunction not to lie. The recipe for a good world is all there in these 10 sublime commandments.
Correct. You forget the part where there's not anywhere in there that says you can't rape. Let's start with that one. That is not included anywhere in your 10 commandments. It doesn't even say anywhere that you should never harm another person.
Nope.
So
that's
already.
It's just like so long as their life does not end. Yeah,
So that's already one thing that if you had just a society based upon the 10 Commandments would be a huge flaw. You shall not make for yourselves an idol. That doesn't seem all that relevant, to be honest with you. I mean, I guess if you use very loosely the term idol to say, like, and like some Christians do, or just anything that's really important to you that you might arguably put before God. Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. Be working on Sundays. That's not going to work out.
And there's some interpretations where the Sabbath is Saturday.
Sure, if I didn't work on if I didn't work on Saturdays and Sundays, and if none of my other coworkers in the healthcare profession didn't work Saturdays and Sundays, we'd have a huge issue.
Yeah.
On the weekends.
Same with armies.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, what else do they not cover? Again, they don't say you can't harm anyone, so yeah, like Victor points out, don't say I can't punch Nazis, don't say you can't punch anyone. You could fight with someone and...
So long as their life does not end.
Exactly. You can abuse someone. Oh, you can abuse someone to... They are just broken mentally, physically, whatever. But if you don't murder them, it's okay.
But, yeah, no, fuck this person.
So, completely illogical. That argument has already been... Next.
But there is a catch. The 10 Commandments are predicated on the belief that they were given by an authority higher than any man, any king, or any government. That's why the sentence preceding the 10 Commandments asserts the following. God spoke all these words. You see, if the 10 Commandments, as great as they are, were...
With what witness? With what witnesses? Who else to corroborate? Only a man who probably had some shrooms talking to a bush that he set on fire.
It was a burning bush. Pay attention. 420 blaze it. Read your Bible, damn it. Read your Song of Songs.
Gotta die on Monday, kid. God damn it. God damn it, Victor.
Snoop is Moses. Yeah, it was.
And you know what? Actually, a funny point. All of the Old Testament supposedly written by Moses, right?
No. Oh.
I
could be wrong, but I don't think that's right.
I want to say that some people at least are under the impression that most, if not all, the Old Testament is written by Moses. But or like, what books did he write?
Hold on.
Okay, so Moses is credited historically with the writing of the Torah, the first 5 books of the Old Testament, or Hebrew Tanakh, however the hell you pronounce that, Tanakh. These books are Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, which is actually hilarious that they're crediting Moses with Deuteronomy, because Vice Rhino had a video he put out recently, Rhino Rants 3, where in Deuteronomy is Moses' funeral. How the fuck is he the author if he dies in that book?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm a little confused here. I'm pretty sure that there were other authors. Let's just move on. Who gives a shit?
Oh, okay. So somebody's claiming it was written by Joshua. But okay.
Were given by any human authority, then any person could say, who is this man Moses? Who is this king or queen? Who is this government to tell me how I should behave? Okay, so why is God indispensable to the 10 Commandments? Because, to put it as directly as possible, if it isn't God who declares murder wrong, murder isn't wrong.
You went there. You really went there.
Fuck you. Fuck you. No. No. If you genuinely believe that, you are a fucking sociopath. Because if you genuinely do not have the empathy to recognize that murdering others is wrong because you are harming another person, I don't see what other explanation there is other than that you are a sociopath. That, or you're being purposely just trying to avoid the argument here. You're just spouting bullshit. Like, how do you not realize? I'm sorry. I'm like not even being coherent at this point.
Let's see.
Basic, that's all you really need to know that you shouldn't go around murdering people.
And besides, I will go far older than even the Old Testament. 1700 BC. The Code of Hammurabi. The very first one in justice. If a man brings an accusation against another man, charging him with murder, but cannot prove it, the accuser shall be put to death. That is a barbaric way to look at it, but that is still, they're charging somebody with murder, citing that it is against the law.
It's so simple. It's so basic. You wouldn't want anyone murdering you or anyone that you love. And recognizing that, you should be able to recognize that it would be wrong for you to do that to anyone else. Take empathy. You genuinely believe that you need a holy book to teach people that?
And I'm gonna take something from Eliza here. Plot twist: heaven is hell.
Oh my gosh. Let's just keep going. God damn.
I'm gonna forego. Like, I got another video up next. It's going to like take away all of this stupid.
Okay.
Yes, this strikes many people today as incomprehensible, even absurd. Many of you are thinking, is this guy saying you can't be a good person if you don't believe in God? Let me respond as clearly as possible. I am not saying that. Of course there are good people who don't believe in God, just as there are bad people who do. And many of you are also thinking, I believe murder is wrong, I don't need God to tell me. Now that response is only half true.
Really? Let's see what you got to defend it with.
I have no doubt that if you're an atheist and you say that you believe murder is wrong, you believe murder is wrong. But forgive me, you do need God to tell you. We all need God to tell us. You see, even if you figured out murder is wrong on your own, without God and the Ten Commandments, how do you know it's wrong?
Oh my god, not this. Oh. How do you know, though? How do you know? Holy shit.
Okay.
You can't prove that brutally stabbing someone to death is wrong.
And you want to... I can use the Bible to prove this is such bullshit immediately. Because if I'm not mistaken, Moses was getting the smoking whatever the fuck he was smoking for a length of time. Long enough that they created the golden calf. And immediately after receiving the commandments from God, did he not come down and see them worshiping this golden calf and kill thousands of those people? You're telling me the person who just talked to God and got that commandment
as for Victor and Lon saying that, you know, how do you know? How do you know? Yeah, like, it's one of those questions that some apologists bring up is, how do you know? You could just be a brain in a vat if there's no God.
You go with what you can prove, and right now, we have this one life.
Right. We have things that we can actually find evidence for. Some things we're just going to have to accept as givens. Okay? You know, we accept it as a given that if I let go of my phone, say, you know, over the side of the bed, it's going to fall and hit the ground. And then if I do that, I will see that very thing happen. I have evidence that that is how it works, that we've got gravity. You know, how do I know, though? I can't, I guess, truly know what will happen in the future. I don't know that there's not going to be some weird anomaly where the phone floats above the ground or something. But based upon the evidence given, I can determine that's what's going to happen.
Yep. It's like 99.99 repeating % sure it's going to hit the ground. X is 32, 35, 20. I saw that people were out of control. For Aaron, let them get out of control. The duration among their...
I just, my explanation is a very gross oversimplification, but
yeah,
it's the best way I can think to phrase it at this point in time. Just, it's true, I can't know exactly what's going to happen in the future, but there are some things based upon evidence we can conclude based upon that evidence.
Yes.
Some things that you can make claims about, but you don't have any evidence to support it. There's not much saying that that's true. You're just making a claim.
And thank you, Victor. If I'm not mistaken, that was immediately after he came down from receiving the commandments from God. And I think he also dropped and broke the tablets, too.
I think so.
So, yeah.
Muchas gracias, Victor.
So obviously God didn't care very much about killing. Or the people who immediately heard it from God didn't care very much the authority God carried.
See, even God's a fucking cherry picker. Follow his own damn rules. He tells other people, don't murder, but you know what? Town over here. Just go ahead and kill them all. Except for them virgins. You're gonna want those later.
Yeah,
You're gonna get horny.
God damn it. Pretty much. So here we go.
Not believe it's wrong, I mean know it's wrong. The fact is, you can't. Because without God, right and wrong are just personal beliefs, personal opinions. I think shoplifting is okay, you don't. Unless there is a God, all morality is just opinion and belief.
What's wrong with that?
Another aspect to that. Again, you can't technically know, but first of all, you don't know your God actually exists. Second of all, I can actually provide some arguments as to why shoplifting is wrong. For instance, it's going to hurt the owner of that business.
If you hurt the owner of the business, yeah.
Affecting their livelihood by doing this, and that person won't be able to make as much money. It could affect how well they're able to put food on the table for them and potentially any family they might have. So I can provide you an argument for why I believe that shoplifting is wrong. And then I can get a consensus going based upon, how many people agree with my argument. This is just so basic. This is so childishly basic. I don't understand how you can make arguments like this. You either purposefully just trying to sidestep the argument, deceptive, or you are actually an idiot.
And I like how Victor just put it, chaos for the fly is normal for the spider. And Josh, you should totally join the Facebook group. We caught a real crazy guy today.
The way you phrase that, like you're a fucking cop or FBI agent or something.
No.
Crazy one today.
No, not a cop or FBI. I was fishing.
Gotcha. She follow us on Twitter. That's crazy. Because I'm in charge of that one.
Yep, I'm in charge of the Facebook. Sarah here is in charge of the Twitter. So right now, one is much more active than the other. Oh, I will. I'll get you on Discord right after this, Josh.
And virtually every atheist philosopher has acknowledged this. Another problem with the view that you don't need God to believe that murder is wrong is a lot of people haven't shared your view. And you don't have to go back very far in history to prove this. In the 20th century, millions of people in communist societies and under Nazism killed about 100 million people.
Nazi Germany was Catholic.
again, either purposely deceptive or just stupid. And again, you know what? Some people believed that was promoted by Christianity, that rape was okay as long as, at the end of the day, the rapist was forced to their victim and keep them as their wife. Which I'm sure will just make the victim feel so much better.
Like, communism was... They were atheists simply because Stalin was a power fucking maniac and didn't want anybody thinking anybody was more powerful than he was. It's like... And
that doesn't count a single soldier killed in war. So don't get too confident about people's ability to figure out right from wrong without a higher authority. It's all too easy to be swayed by a government or a demagogue or an ideology, or to rationalize that the wrong you're doing isn't really wrong.
Or a religion.
And even if you do figure out what is right and wrong, God is still necessary.
Lack of self-awareness.
Religion is one of the only things where you can have a good person do evil thinking it is good. And yet, like, America committed genocide. Which time? Sadly, more than once.
Victor, like many times. And that's... I mean, we've had Christianity as a, strongly... pretty large part of society for a long time in our culture. Despite, initial attempts during its founding to balanced. Lack of self-awareness.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see if we can finish up this video. We got less than a minute left because they're going to do like a 15-20 second plug at the end.
Gotcha.
People who know the difference between right and wrong do the wrong thing all the time. You know why? Because they can. They can because they think no one is watching. But if you recognize that God is the source of moral law, you believe that he is always watching.
God's a pervert.
Keep going.
So even if you're an atheist, you would want people to live by the moral laws of the Ten Commandments. And even an atheist has to admit that the more people who believe God gave them, and therefore they are not just opinion, the better the world would be. In 3,000 years, no one has ever come up with a better system than the God-based Ten Commandments for making a better world, and no one ever will. I'm Dennis Prager.
That is incredibly prideful.
Also, I definitely don't want a system based upon the Ten Commandments. I definitely think we can get rid of the first 4 at the very least and replace them with more practical laws, like, treat people equally despite their gender or race or sexual orientation. Don't rape people. Abuse others.
Yeah,
I think these would be better commandments than, you shall have no other gods before me, you shall not make for yourselves an idol, you shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God, and remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. Because the first 4 are just all about pleasing a vain, conceited, narcissistic deity who may or may not exist. And I'm going with does not exist.
Side note. Thou shalt not have any gods before me. I thought he was the only God. But, okay, so to come back from this moron, this is a surprise video.
Oh. Surprise to myself. Here we go.
Yeah. Just to bring us back with a little more... It's still about the 10 Commandments.
Just start it. Start it.
Something else I got a problem with. The 10 Commandments. Here's my problem. Why are there 10? You don't need 10. I think the list of commandments was deliberately and artificially inflated to get it up to 10. It's a padded list. Here's what they did. About 5,000 years ago, a bunch of religious and political hustlers got together to try to figure out how to control people, how to keep them in line. They knew people were basically stupid and would believe anything they were told, so they announced that God had given them some commandments. Up on a mountain, when no one was around, God had given them the 10 Commandments. But let me ask you this. When they were sitting around making this shit up, why did they pick 10? Why 10? Why not 9 or 11? I'll tell you why. Because 10 sounds official. 10 sounds important. They knew if it was 11, people wouldn't take it seriously. So what, are you kidding me? The 11 Commandments? Get the fuck out of here. But 10 sounds important. 10 is the basis for the decimal system. It's a decade. It's a psychologically satisfying number. The top 10, the 10 most wanted, the 10 best dressed. So having 10 commandments was really a marketing decision. And to me, it's clearly a bullshit list. It's a political document artificially inflated to sell better. I'm going to show you how you could reduce the number of commandments and come up with a list that's a little more workable and logical. We're going to start with the first 3, and I'll use the Roman Catholic version because those are the ones I was taught as a little boy. I am the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not have strange gods before me. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Thou shalt keep holy the Sabbath. Right off the bat, the first 3, pure bullshit. Sabbath day, Lord's name, strange gods. Spooky language. Spooky language. Designed to scare and control primitive people. In no way does superstitious nonsense like this apply to the lives of intelligent, civilized humans in the 21st century. You throw out the first 3 commandments, you're down to 7. Next, honor thy father and mother. Obedience, respect for authority. Just another name for controlling people. The truth is, obedience and respect should not be automatic. They should be earned. They should be based on the parent's performance. Parent's performance. All right? Some parents deserve respect. Most of them don't. Period. You're down to 6. Now, in the interest of logic, something religion is very uncomfortable with, we're going to jump around the list a little bit. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Stealing and lying. Well, actually, these 2 both prohibit the same kind of behavior. Dishonesty, stealing, and lying. So you don't need 2 of them. Instead, you combine them and you call it thou shalt not be dishonest. And suddenly, you're down to 5. And as long as we're combining, I have 2 others that belong together. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. Once again, these 2 prohibit the same kind of behavior, in this case, marital infidelity. The difference is coveting takes place in the mind, and I don't think you should outlaw fantasizing about someone else's wife. Otherwise, what's a guy going to think about when he's waxing his carrot? But marital fidelity is a good idea, so we're going to keep the idea and call this one, thou shalt not be unfaithful. And suddenly, we're down to 4. But when you think about it, honesty and fidelity are really part of the same overall value. So in truth, you could combine the 2 honesty commandments with the 2 fidelity commandments and give them simpler language, positive language instead of negative, and call the whole thing, thou shalt always be honest and faithful, and we're down to 3. Thou shalt, they're going away fast. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods. This one is just plain fucking stupid. Coveting your neighbor's goods is what keeps the economy going. Am I right? Your neighbor gets a vibrator that plays "O Come All Ye Faithful." You want to get one too. Coveting creates jobs. Leave it alone. You throw out coveting and you're down to two now. The big honesty and fidelity commandment, and the one we haven't talked about yet, thou shalt not kill. Murder. The fifth commandment. But when you think about it, religion has never really had a big problem with murder. Not really. More people have been killed in the name of God than for any other reason. All you have to do... Shit. All you have to do is look at Northern Ireland, the Middle East, Kashmir, the Inquisition, the Crusades, and the World Trade Center to see how seriously the religious folks take "thou shalt not kill." The more devout they are, the more they see murder as being negotiable. It's negotiable. You know? It depends. It depends. It depends on who's doing the killing and who's getting killed. So.
Oh no, something happened? Suspended
Yeah.
For policy violations?
Probably because you were streaming too much of this video.
Oh, fuck.
That's all I could figure.
Huh. Interesting.
Like, leave for a bit there?
Well.
Because it went against copyright. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It suspended the stream, not the... Oh, what the hell?
Right. Because everything else we were providing commentary, but we...
Yeah,
you kind of left, and I didn't really know what to say, so...
Yeah, no.
It's a bit kind of...
Wait, oh,
violate.
Oh, we back. Oh, we're back.
You kind of left.
Yeah, sorry about that. No, I was laughing. I knew I was going to laugh way too hard, so I muted myself. Okay, so noted. We can't do that. Sorry about that, guys.
So yeah, no more doing that. No more doing anything we're not going to provide commentary for.
Noted.
I honestly just didn't know what to say. I mean, I don't know what more you can add to George Carlin.
Yeah, you really can't add anything to him because he's just fucking amazing. YouTube thinks I'm stealing when freely thinking 2001 Rob Logan, it's just like so many random people. But it's like I still love how he finishes this. I'll actually just go ahead and do this instead.
Let's not.
No, I'm just gonna link it, so if anybody wants to, watch it, like, George Carlin is just through and through amazing. I think too much. But no, like, George Carlin is just fucking amazing.
No, he is. He's just not very good to provide commentary for it because he
was on a lot of drugs, so he spoke really fast. And he also gave no shits on who he offended. Okay. And it was when your neighbor gets a vibrator and sings, "Oh, come all ye faithful."
That's so bad.
Okay.
Well, on an awkward note.
Yes?
Unless you wanted to cover one more video, I think. I think we already.
I think we might have pushed it tonight.
It was fun up until that last bit there.
Until I made a goof. I done goofed.
It happens. We know for the future.
Yes, we do.
We know for the future. All right.
So, yeah, I think this is as good a point as any to stop.
All right.
And you know what? I need to put a Facebook notification in here too.
You silly.
What?
Are you just now putting the notification that we did the stream?
No. Like, there wasn't... No, I'm saying I need to put the Facebook link on here too.
Oh, I understand now.
I love, like, we picked this just for the color scheme. But yeah, like, this theme is really cool. It's like they have an entire thing of just sources where you can, like, see, I got the Facebook F right there. So I just need to get some more time with it.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's another bit that'll make it look fantastic.
But, okay.
Although I just cannot get over the fact that that does look like
a PowerPoint.
The title PowerPoint presentation.
And it'll only look more like PowerPoint if, like, I put, like, our logo in there, if I put other things. But, whatever. Thank you guys for watching and suffering, and yeah. Prager University sucks.
Good day. I need to go drink. Good night.
You know what? They're probably PragerU because I can't spell university.
Oh my goodness. Alright. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Sleep well wherever you may be. Have a good day, night. Have a nice night. And do you want this one? Sarah?
Fuck.
Do you want this one?
Damn it. Stupid mic cutting out.
And